Hey, what's up guys? This is Wacco, and about 2 days ago, patch 7.1.5 was dropped, and there was a lot of new legendaries added to the game, about 31 or 32 I believe, and I'm going to go over every single one of those new legendaries, starting with the non-class specific ones, and then going through every single class and looking at all of the legendaries. So I'm going to start off with the non-class specific ones. There was a tank one, a healing one, and a DPS one added to the game. The tank one being Archimonde's Hatred Reborn. It gives you versatility, mastery, and then strength or agility, depending on what spec you are or what class you play. And it gives you an absorb shield for 30% of your maximum health for 10 seconds. When the shield is consumed or expires, 75% of the damage absorbed is dealt to nearby enemies split evenly, and that can happen you can use that every 1 minute and 15 seconds. That is the tank one. The healing one is Velen's Future Sight. It gives you crit, haste, and mastery. And what that does is when you use it, it increases all healing done by 15% and causes 50% of overhealing on players to be redistributed to up to 3 nearby injured allies for 10 seconds. And that also has a 1 minute and 15 second cooldown. And then the DPS legendary added in 7.1.5 for all classes is Kil'jaeden's Burning Wish. It gives you crit, mastery, and haste, and then agility, strength, or intellect, depending on what class you play. And when you use that, it launches a vortex of destruction that seeks your current enemy. When it reaches your target, it explodes, dealing a critical strike to all enemies within 10 yards for 407,610 fire damage, and that also has a 1 minute and 15 second cooldown. So those are some pretty good legendaries. And then from there, I'm going to go into warrior legendaries. There we go. The new warrior legendary added was Timeless Stratagem. Yeah, Timeless Stratagem. Wow. Okay, so wherever that is. Okay, here it is. Timeless Stratagem. It gives you haste and mastery, and when you equip it, Heroic Leap gains 2 charges. So that's pretty cool. You get a lot more mobility with this shoulder. It's not really a DPS increase, but it is utility, which is very nice, as always. And then I'm going to go into my class legendaries, which is Warlock. Boom, boom, boom. And for Warlock, there's 3 added, 1 for each spec. So I'm going to first go over the Affliction one, which was Reap and Sow. It is the back legendary, or cloak. It gives you haste and mastery, and when you use it, Reap Souls last 1.5 seconds longer per soul consumed. So right now when I use Reap Souls, it's 5 seconds per soul consumed, and then when I use this, it's going to be 6.5 seconds per soul consumed, which is pretty good. And then the Destruction one was Lessons of Space-Time. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. There it is. It's another shoulder one. It gives you haste and mastery, and when you equip it, while you have a dimensional rift open, all your damage is increased by 10%. So that might change up the destruction playstyle a little. You're going to probably want to get a lot of damage out while those rifts are up. And also, I don't know if it makes a difference if it's like the rift that only shoots a Chaos Bolt, or if it's the rift that shoots a bunch of little green things. Because the one that shoots a bunch of little green things lasts longer than the Chaos Bolt one, so I'm not sure if you have that one up, if it's going to be a longer time that you have that 10% increased damage. I don't really know, but yeah, that is the Destruction one, and then the last one is the Demonology one, which is Wakener's Loyalty. I don't actually know. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that gives you haste and crit. It's a helmet. When you equipped it, each soul shard you spend empowers your skull of Mannery, increases the damage done of Tachiel's consumption by 3%. So, wait, let me reread that. Okay, so I'm guessing if you spend like a lot of soul shards, it's just gonna keep stacking up. So you like release 2. Or you use like 2 4 soul shard Hand of Gul'dan's, and then you get like 8 stacks of this. 8 times 3 is 24, so that's going to be 24 increased damage on Tachiel's consumption. So that's pretty strong. You're going to be hitting pretty hard with that. From there, I'm going to go to Shaman Legendary, or not Legendaries, Legendary, because there was a singular Legendary added for all specs. It is an uncertain reminder, which is, if I can find it, oh, of course it's on the top. Alright, so that gives you crit and mastery, and when you equipped it, Bloodlust lasts 75% longer on you. Whoa, okay. So when you use Bloodlust, it's going to last a lot longer on you than everyone else, so you're going to get a lot more use out of your own Bloodlust, which is pretty powerful. Alright, from there I'm going to go to Rogue Legendaries, or Legendary again. There was one Legendary added that can be used by all specs. That is Mantle of the Master Assassin, right here. It is a shoulder, and it gives you haste and mastery. When you equipped it, while stealth is active, and for 6 seconds after breaking stealth, your critical strike chance is increased by 100%. So when you break out of stealth, you're going to be doing 100% critical strike damage for 6 seconds, which means that Vanish is probably going to be a very powerful damage cooldown in a raid environment, because you can Vanish, come back out, and then have 100% critical strike damage, or critical strike chance for 6 seconds. That is pretty good. Then I'm going to go to Holy. Holy has 3 legendaries added, 1 for each spec. Or not Holy, I'm going to go to Priests. They have 1 legendary added for each spec, for a total of 3. I'm going to start with Shadow. The Shadow legendary is Zeke's Extremitas? Dude. Exterminatus. Alright, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how to pronounce this, but you guys see it on screen, that's what it is. It's a cloak, it gives you crit and haste. When you equipped it, your Shadow Word Pain damages... your Shadow Word Pain damage has a chance to increase the damage of your next Shadow Word death by 25% and make it usable on any target, regardless of the target's health. So when you use Shadow Word Pain... Alright, you guys gotta... Just hold on for a sec. I'm making all these in one run, so I gotta kind of look at this for a sec. Alright, so your Shadow Word Pain damage, like your dot, has a chance to increase the damage of your next Shadow Word death by 25% and make it usable on all targets. So basically, when your Shadow Word Pain is ticking on a target, it has a proc chance to... Or it has a chance to proc, so you can use your Shadow Word Death on a target. It's going to be doing 125% damage, or 25% extra damage, and you can use it on anybody. So that's a pretty nice little nuke. And then the disc one, go to that, is Ramel's Ulterior Motive. I feel like I'm just not looking at it. It's probably right in front of me. Oh no, that is the holy one. Wow. It is Cam Exi Wrath, which is this headpiece. It gives you crit and haste. And when you use Light's Wrath, or using Light's Wrath reduces the mana cost of your damaging spells by 75% for 1 second, increased by 1 second per ally affected by your atonement. I don't really know much about priests, I'm not going to lie, so you priests probably know exactly what this does. So that's cool. And then Holy's the last one, which is right here, Ramel's Ulterior Motive. It's a hand, gives you crit and mastery, and when you equipped it, your Prayer of Mending heals. When your Prayer of Mending heals, it leaves behind Ramel's Ulterior Motive on an ally for 10 seconds, causing the next splash heal, or Holy Word Serenity to cast on them, and you cast on them and be increased by 15%. So when Prayer of Mending heals, it's going to leave behind this, a little buff on the target, and the next time you heal that target with Flash Heal, or Holy Word Serenity, it's going to be increased by 15%. So that's pretty neat. And then the next one I'm going to go over is Paladin. They also have 1 legendary added for each spec, so a total of 3. Alright, so the Paladin ones added were for protection, first of all. It was Sauron's Resolve, which is this headpiece. It gives you haste and versatility, and when Light of the Protector gains 1 additional charge and has 10% reduced cooldown. You pallies probably know exactly what that means, but yeah, that is what this is. The Retribution one is Ashes to Dust, which is a shoulder piece, gives you crit and haste, and enemies hit by your Wake of Ashes take 15% increased damage from you for 6 seconds. So that's pretty cool. And then Holy. They got Murad's Dying Breath, which is a cloak. It gives you crit and mastery, and Healing with Light of Dawn causes your next Light of the Martyr to also heal your... Wait, wow, okay. Healing with Light of Dawn causes your next Light of the Martyr to also heal your Beacon of Light. Each ally healed by Light of Dawn increases the Light of the Martyr healing by 10%. Okay, I totally butchered that. That was really bad, but yeah, that is what that one does. And then next, I'm going to be going on to monks, which also have one for each spec. Or one legendary added for each spec, so 3. First one is the Brewmaster one I'll go over. Right, Brewmaster one was Anvil Hardened Wrist Wraps. It gives you haste and mastery, and each time you dodge or an enemy misses you, the remaining cooldown on all your brews is reduced by 1 second. So that is pretty good. It's going to be a nice reduced cooldown on all of your brews, pretty much. The Mistweaver one is the Emperor's Capitator. Oh my gosh, okay. Wherever that is. Oh wait, no, it's going to be Shelter of the Rhine. Shelter of the Rhine, okay. That increases your critical strike and versatility. And Shellion's Gift also heals allies affected by Renewing Mist for 15% of the amount healed. I know I'm butchering a lot of names here, but just bear with me. All the people who play these specs are going to know what this means, so yeah. That is the Mistweaver one. Then I'm going to go into Windwalker, which is the Emperor's Capitator, which is what I said before, but yeah, here it is. So it's going to increase critical strike and mastery. It's a chest piece, and Chi Spenders also increase the damage of your next Crackling Jade Lightning by 50% and reduce its cost by 5%, stacking up to 20 times. Well, that's actually pretty cool. So Crackling Jade Lightning might become like kind of part of your rotation if you have this, because it's going to stack up to 20 times, which means that you can be doing 1,000% increased damage with it, and its cost will be reduced by 100%. So yeah, or when you have 20 stacks, it's going to be 1,000% damage and 0% mana cost. So that's that. Next one I'm going to be going over is the Mage ones, which also have one for each spec added. The first one is the Fire one I will go over, which is the Pyrox Ignition Cloth, which is these gloves. It gives you crit and haste, and Phoenix Flames reduces the remaining cooldown on combustion by 6 seconds, which is really strong because you have like 3 charges of Phoenix Flames, I think. So every time you use one of those, it's going to be reduced by 6 seconds, which means you're going to be getting combustion more often, which means you're going to be doing a lot more damage more often. Then the Frost one is Ice Time. Okay, it's these shoulders. It's going to be giving you crit and haste, and your Frozen Orb now explodes into a Frost Nova that deals about 23,000 damage. 2,300,000 damage. Wow. Alright, so that's pretty good. It's a nice AoE nuke after your Frozen Orb ends. Then the Arcane one is Gravity Spiral. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, it's this hat. Gives you crit and mastery, and evocation adds 1 additional charge. Or gains 1 additional charge. So that's really strong. You're going to have 2 evocations, so you're going to be able to use a lot more mana. Or when you run out of mana, you're going to have like a lot more leeway, I guess. So that's that. Next one I'm going to go over is the Hunter ones, which have 1 added for each spec. The Beast Mastery one is the Mantle of Command. It's a shoulder. It gives you crit and mastery, and Dire Beast gains 1 additional charge. That's pretty good. The Marksman one is MK... What? I don't even know how to say this. MK11LL, I don't know. It's a gyroscope stabilizer. It's hands. It's going to give you critical strike and mastery, and your aim shot grants you gyroscope stabilization, increasing your critical strike chance of your next aim shot by 15%, and making it castable while moving. So that's pretty good. It's going to give you more damage and some mobility as a hunter. Not that hunters needed more mobility, but it is what it is. And then the survival one is Butcher's Bone Apron, which is this chest piece. It gives you crit and mastery, and Mongoose Bite increases the damage of your next carve by 10%, stacking up to 10 times. So Mongoose Bite can basically make Carve do 100% damage, or 100% additional damage, if you have 10 stacks of it. So that's pretty cool. Next, I'm going to be going over the Druids, which also have 1 for each spec, so 4 of them added for that. Alright, there we go. The Guardian one to start off with is Oakheart's Puny Quads. Quads, I don't know how to say that, but it's this head, helmet. It gives you versatility and mastery, and Barkskin instantly grants 45 rage plus an additional 15 rage over 3 seconds. So Barkskin is defensive cooldown, and then it will also be like a rage spender, I guess. So if you put Barkskin on, you're going to have a bunch more rage, so you can use more defensives and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then the feral one is Fiery Red Maimers. Boom. Alright, it's these pants. It gives you critical strike and mastery, and after using Ashmane's Frenzy, your next main deals 500% increased damage, and it hits 2 additional enemies near the target. So that's pretty good. Your maim can... I'm pretty sure the maim is the one that stuns things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's going to be doing 500% increased damage and hit up to 3 targets now, so that is very good. The balance one is Lady and the Child, which is a shoulder piece. It gives you crit and haste, and Moonfire deals 20% increased damage and also hits nearby enemies. And also hits another nearby enemy within 20 yards of the target. So that's pretty good. It's just going to be an overall Moonfire damage increase, and it's also going to be hitting someone else within 20 yards, so more AoE, more damage. It's just going to be good. And then the Restra one finally is Exoni's Caress, I guess. It's these hands. It gives you haste and mastery, and when you equip it, allies protected by your Iron Bark also received 75% of the healing from each of your active rejuvenations. So if you have rejuvenation on a bunch of people, and then you Iron Bark the tank who's about to die, he's going to be getting a lot of healing from all those rejuvenations on all those other people. So that's actually really strong. And then next I'm going to be going over the Demon Hunter ones, which also have 1 for each spec, which is only 2 for Demon Hunters. The Vengeance one is Spirit of the Darkened Flame, or the Darkness Flame. Yeah, Spirit of the Darkness Flame, which is wherever it is. Oh, I totally missed it. It's these gloves. It's versatility, and it gives you versatility and mastery, and your fiery brand now heals you for 100% of the damage done, and each enemy hit by your Sigil of Flame, increases the instant damage of your next fiery brand by 15%, stacking up to 15 times. So that is very strong. You can really stack that up and get a huge amount of damage from your next instant damage on your fiery brand. So that's really good. And then the Havoc one is Delusions of Grandeur. Guess that's maybe how you say it. Again, I know I'm butchering a lot of names here, but I'm just trying to show you guys what the new Legendaries are. So yeah, for this you get Critical Strike and Mastery from it. It's a shoulder piece, and when you equip it, the remaining cooldown of Metamorphosis is reduced by 1 second for every 30 Fury you spend. So you're going to be constantly spending Fury, so you're going to be getting Metamorphosis up a lot more, and that means a lot more damage, and yeah, that's just overall a solid Legendary. Next one I'm going to be going over, and the last one actually, is Death Knights. They also have 1 for each spec added, so I'm going to go over the Blood one first. Alright, Skyflower's Homeostasis. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Skullflower's Homeostasis. It's a shoulder piece, increases haste and versatility, and Blood Boil increases the damage and healing of your next Death Strike by 20%, stacking up to 5 times. That is very strong because Blood Boil is a free ability, so you can just use Blood Boil and instantly 20% increased healing from your next Death Strike, and that can go all the way up to 100% increased healing because it stacks 5 times. So yeah, that is pretty good. I don't think you're ever really going to get it to 100%, at least in like a raid scenario, because you're going to be Death Striking. Actually, never mind. Ignore me. That is the Blood Legendary. So yeah, that's that. And then the Frost Legendary is Consort's Cold Core, which is these legs. Increases your haste and mastery, and when you equipped it, Cinderosa's Fury has a 50% reduced cooldown and freezes all enemies it hits for 3 seconds. Pretty sure that is the big dragon. ability that you get from your artifact weapon. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that has a 5-minute cooldown, so that's down to 2.5-minute cooldown, and it freezes everybody it hits. So that is very strong. You're going to be doing a lot more damage with that. Then the unholy one, finally, is the Death March, which is this helmet. It increases your critical strike and mastery damage. Oh my gosh. It increases your critical strike and mastery, and when you equip it, it's going to... Death Strike and Death Coil reduce the remaining cooldown of Death and Decay by 2 seconds. So yeah, that's going to be good for AoE, I guess. Because when you use the Death Coil, your Death and Decay cooldown is going to be reduced by 2 seconds, so yeah, that's pretty cool. You can have Death and Decay up a lot more. And yeah, that is all of the legendaries that were added in patch 7.1.5. A lot of legendaries were also changed, but I'm not going to go over that in this video. I might make a video about that another time. But yeah, that is that, and I hope you guys have a great day. If you guys like the video, like it, comment. If you want more videos about Legion in general, and specifically Warlock, you can subscribe to my channel. It'll be very much appreciated. If you didn't like the video, dislike it. Leave any feedback you guys have in the comments. And yeah, that is about all for this video. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.